23 fan suggestions Mojang should add to Minecraft. These are the most popular requested features that we might see in a future Minecraft update, starting with these changes to our trees. I think it would be so cool if you could just find different trees that give you different fruits. It'd give us something new to farm, which I think is always good. And here we're doing it with resin clumps, which I think looks great. If anything, it's just a cool build hack. You know, having little trees like this, different sizes could be cool. I remember there used to be farming mods in Minecraft where you could get so in depth, you'd crossbreed different things to get different apples and whatnot. That's all crazy. We don't have to worry about that. But just having any kind of fruit berries or bushes, and not berries that just give you half a hunger bar, that'd be great. Hey, look at that. Now we got it growing on this. That's actually kind of nice. Could you imagine walking through a forest and you accidentally just get hit on head level with this? That would be terrible. This is one of the things that they showed off with the biome vote in the past, and they've even said that they would maybe add it in the future. I don't know what kind of future they got in their calendar, because it's not in the game just yet, and it doesn't seem like we're getting it anytime soon, but I think having something like this that could be another mob for us to ride on would be awesome. You could even make it neutral if you wanted to, because ostriches can be mean animals. Is this like one of those peek your head through the things at a fair? Here we go. We could just reenact it right now, Observer. Oh, marvelous. Who needs features added to the game? You could just have us come over to your house and we'll reenact it. Yeah, I don't even think we need this. The way that it's laid out on the form is that it would be an ostrich be a mob that would have a 50% chance of attacking you, and then when it does, it would take 3 hearts, making it pretty strong as well. It could drop feathers and leather, and they would also occasionally stick their heads in the sand, like Observer's going to right now. Is this you sticking your head in the sand with the Observer? He's scanning. Scan complete. Sand found. Well, not only does this one come with a lot of cleanup, the idea here is the jungle village, which, might I say, already fits pretty well with the fact that we built our whole base in a jungle. The real estate was cheaper. But the idea of going into the jungle and just having the jungle villagers spawn naturally, I think it makes all the sense in the world. I mean, they added in the skins, and these are already pretty rare to go. You have to go build a villager breeder in these areas, but having this on display, you could have it across the trees. Could you imagine going around terrain like this and there's just a village up there? That'd be so cool. For some reason, like swamp villages, haven't been added in. And they changed up our swamps, and we didn't get it then. So changing up our jungles, if we ever get that and they don't add this, that just seems like a missed opportunity, especially with all the bamboo blocks they added in. I mean, it might be a little awkward for iron golems. Could you imagine just you're walking around and then there's an iron golem in the skies, just falling, just right up on top of these jungle canopies. You just got a couple of falling iron golems. This could even be one of the safer villages because the mobs can't spawn in the leaves. This Observer is a baobab tree. A baobab? Baobab? How do you pronounce it?
Baobab.
This is a baobab tree, Observer. Not to be confused with a baobab or whatever I said earlier. Now, this idea would be that by planting acacia saplings in a 2x2, you could create a baobab, which are these huge trees that you'll find in savanna biomes, and they're really cool. If you ever look at like Lion King and stuff, they design it around these because they're just so much fun to watch. All right, Observer, we setting up our own baobab. Yeah, look, we even got one right here. Agnes doesn't look very happy about it. I think it'd be cool. I mean, hollowing out one of these and just living inside the baobab, that would rock. Yeah, I think if they ever want to add it in with changes to our savannas, because savannas have not gotten a lot of changes outside of the armadillos, these could be a cool one. And also just more 2x2 trees. I think 2x2 trees are a missed opportunity to have. Oh, that was a little incriminating, Observer. All right, here we've got a new mob, the capybara. Look at how cute it is. Oh, the big nose rocks. Now, the idea of having these peaceful mobs found in the wetlands would be great. And then you could tame them using grass. I guess he's already tamed. And then the idea that they also have laid out in the post is that when these baby capybaras grow up, it would drop webbed feet that we could use to make flippers, speeding up our swim speed. All right, and because these are retextured pigs, that's how we're getting it here. What that means is we're gonna be able to go for a ride, Observer. Oh yeah, look at it, the saddle's like oversized. Yeah, I would take capybaras. That would rock. The world's largest rodent. If I'm not in the equation, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Icicles. So we've got ice spikes, but what about ice spikes from above? And I think with the idea of having pointed dripstone, except something similar to this, but with icicles would be awesome. And it would make ice caverns an entirely new place to explore if you were just accidentally mining and it could set one of these off and kill you. And then they have this idea of having it give ice fragments when you break these so that you could use that to craft into ice blocks. So if you don't necessarily have silk touch, you could go break one of these and get a very slow way to build yourself up to ice. I mean, it's especially fun if you could use it to kill a villager. We currently have slabs, stairs, and walls of all of our stone blocks, except notably not for our concrete. So here we've got command block trickery to give us the same. Very nice, Observer. I gotta say, this looks pretty good. And I mean, you're warming up to me with the color choice here too. This is this is my stepdad. Alright, but we have all these different rainbow colors, but we really don't have rainbow stair variants. I mean, you've got woods, but if I wanted to make a rainbow of things, no luck. Yeah, I mean, currently, if we want colored half slabs, we have to use, like, beds and then a debug stick. You know, that's a slab, sure, but does it look great? No. Cool if you're in creative mode, but most of us aren't playing in creative mode. Spyglasses cost a lot, and they're not very useful. So one of the ideas to change that would be adding a new enchantment to our spyglasses that could let us reveal invisible mobs. Oh, the comments are gonna love this one. Yeah, look at that, Observer. Your Sunday best right on display for everybody. This will reveal any invisible mobs to us. Kapow! Look at that. That would be so awesome. I would carry around a spyglass, because right now I just do zoom. And I know you were saying you don't have to use zoom. Obviously, people who are on Bedrock don't have zoom mods like this. This is just so much fun. I'm thinking like Hanzo, you use it to see which enemies are gonna be behind walls, mark them, and then you can go and kill them. That's a whole new PvP meta. We're gonna take our goats, and we're gonna take these trees. This almost is gonna feel like something building off of the fruit tree idea that we had. But what if you could take your goat, and by ramming them into a tree, you get apples to come out of it. Think of that, an auto apple farm. You don't even have to deharvest anything, just have a goat that occasionally runs into it. That'd be so cool. I mean, right now the goats don't give us a lot of use. I mean, I like the horn. You know which horn I'm talking about, Observer. That's great. There's an invisible mob in our midst. There's an iron golem over there looking perplexed. But yeah, I don't know. I would like to have goats interact in this way. I think that just feels uniquely Minecraft, using mobs in random ways that you wouldn't think of outside of this game. I think that'd be fun. This is a fan idea that I think deserves to be in the game in some way or another. So the idea behind this is that if you have a pig in game and then you take a name tag, you rename it Technoblade, then it would change the pigs in the game to have a crown. How cool is that? I think this would be a great way to add a permanent fixture of the Minecraft community into the game. The volcano biome. First of all, I love this little diorama that you built here, Observer. This is very cute. So the idea of having an on-location volcano biome, oh, with the basalt delta effects, Observer, you shouldn't have. This rocks. Getting magma cubes in the overworld, this is so cool. Yeah, look at this. Oh, the sounds as well. I mean, this just speaks for itself, right? You're in the forest right over there, and then you just come across this, and you're like, oh god, I guess that's gonna be scaling up for a while. But if it takes too long to go over to the nether to get lava, you could just get it this way. And maybe even have something like you go and get a fire resistance potion, go swim inside of the lava, and there's a bunch of rare loot. That'd be so cool. Oh, okay. There we go. We found out of the inside. This is why you don't bite into the center of a hot pocket just yet. Youch. And I mean, we gotta spoil ourselves here, Observer. What if I take a water bucket and just ruin this volcano ecosystem? This is our first line of defense. This is like a Mucinex commercial. You're not you when you have heartburn. Take Prilosec. Oh yeah. It's absurd that they don't take water damage. That's bothered me forever. Or like turn into an obsidian thing. That'd be cool. Lava itself can't stand up to water, but you're telling me that the magma cube can? And it could swim no less? Absurd. What we've got here, Observer, is jellyfish. This is already just a cool build hack. I mean, build one of these in your water biome already. But the idea of having jellyfish in the game has apparently already been talked about in Mojang headquarters. There was someone who made a suggestion and they replied and said that they even showed off their art in one of the meetings. The jellyfish mob for Minecraft. I mean, this just speaks for itself, right? A neutral mob found in deep ocean biomes that'll glow in the dark, and it comes in unique shapes and sizes. But beware of its sting. And then here they have different kinds of jellyfish that you can find as well. The common jellyfish, which does a small amount of damage, and it comes in 3 different sizes and multiple colors, and it'll spawn in all ocean biomes in groups and drop slime balls, giving us another way to get that. Or we've got a passive jellyfish like this, which has these weird kind of shield legs on it, or the crown jelly, which similar to a parrot mob's top feathers has this 2D crown flaps on it and gives you the prize jelly. Now what does the prize jelly do? I don't know. I guess you could eat it, or you could maybe use it for even stickier pistons. Yeah, here's their comment from the official comment. We really enjoyed the pictures during our discussion today about this idea. How cool is that? I mean, granted, that was in 2018, so that's like 6.5 years ago. Alrighty, here we've got the dyed elytra. Using the new team tint functionality with scoreboard commands and stuff, we're able to change the color. So we've got the classic elytra. We've got a gray in all the ranges. The black elytra looks awesome. It looks like one of those wireless like speakers that you're supposed to put around your neck. We've got the red, dark red. Now these don't match up with wool colors. These are the team colors. We've got orange, yellow, which looks a little lime, actual lime, which looks awesome. Dark green, magenta, purple. The blues look really nice. I mean, originally you were supposed to be able to repair these things using leather. So the idea of being able to dye them in that way, that'd be pretty cool. Just saying. What we've got here are the Skylands. Now, this is actually what the original idea was for the end dimension. It was leaked by a publication that Notch was working on it, and Notch was like, oh great, now I really gotta work on it, because they basically promised it as a feature. And the idea would have been that we'd have this sky dimension, kind of like what the Aether is based off of. And eventually this became the end, but having an actual Skylands version would rock. Having in special low gravity for this, you can make it like the moon dimension. It'd be so cool. There's this weird, eerie, idyllic place. And then if you fall, it just takes you right back down to the overworld. It'd be a good counterpart for the end and the nether. Something that we don't quite have just yet. So going over here, get ready for a new hairdo, because we're going to send off the Sandstorm feature. Ooh, look at that. Oh, there's tumbleweeds. that's a lot of tumbleweeds. But having the particles fly like this is really neat. For one, it's a new direction of a particle. You don't have anything like this in the base game yet. I mean, some of the tumbleweeds are a little glitching out. Oh, and the husks are coming out too during the storm. Be a neat effect. It would make the desert feel a lot more unique, because right now the desert just feels like a worse version of a lot of the other biomes that have these cacti and stuff. Whoa, we've got windswept savannas. That's neat. Imagine if this actually had an effect too, and you were like, oh, I can't get through this thing. I just keep getting pushed to the side. Having breezes up above ground would be crazy. Then that just feels like a Mario level. All right, next biome. Whoa, this is so much cooler. Look at this, the little fog coming out with the mangrove. That rocks. Yeah, that adds a lot of fun atmosphere. I could even see this in the Pale Gardens, honestly. Look at this. Right now, it looks pretty cute. I can't imagine it would be that fun without my jacket. Oh, it's getting a little more intense. Oh, it's snowing sideways, observer. I always said I'd move out of the tundra as soon as it started snowing sideways. Now it just looks like I'm flying through space. Oh yeah, this is me hitting light speed right here. Whoa! That was like orange. That was cool. Multicolored allays. Now, the idea of dyeing allays to have them go into different locations would be awesome. There's even been different allays that we've seen different colors of anyway. Like in Minecraft Legends, they have the yellow allay. So why not let us dye them in different colors and then go into different corresponding music notes? Because music notes have colors. What if the different music notes they were set up with changed their color? Like this one's now the green one. Allays already don't get a lot of functionality in them for being one of the mobs that won the mob vote. I think it's a missed opportunity, and anything that we can add to make them more useful is fine by me. We've got different bear varieties. It's the bear varieties. This one is panda, this one's polar. That's why we don't parody the songs. That's why Minecraft parodies went away. Variants. Nice. So with our different variants, we've got the brown bear or black bear. Is this a black bear or a brown bear? This is a black bear. I mean, this is an idea that's so old that it actually even predates pandas for Minecraft. How crazy is that? They had to go and update and say like, look, we added in panda bears, which is cool, but that's not the bear variants that we had in mind. I know they have a apprehension against making real world mobs into hostiles, because I mean, you don't want people going out and killing mobs because you think they're bad. However, polar bears are already pretty distinctly, in most cases, they're hostile, because literally all it takes is getting next to their baby that they spawned with and they'll attack you. So they're already functionally hostile. This one doesn't have a lot of bite. The Kraken boss. So the idea here is to add in a Kraken boss with Minecraft 1.13. Not unlike this, having a giant squid. So the idea is that it would attack you with its tentacles, and then it would catch the player and bring you in. Kind of like the idea for one of the mobs that was in the mob vote that added the Phantom. As it sunk down to the bottom of the ocean, it would bring you in and draw you closer to kill you. So having a boss that did that, already awesome. Maybe the idea of having some extra special treasure for killing this boss would be neat. More than just a tied armor trim, please. That's all I'm asking. And then Kraken ink could be used with an empty bottle to craft into a potion of blindness, which we don't have naturally anyway. We have to use Suspicious Stew. Take a page out of Bloober's book, have ink blindness. Look at these. We've got white pumpkins that could spawn in our Pale Garden biomes. Now, I know they just added the Pale Garden, so it'd be a little early for them to add in changes like this, but I don't see why not. And having these carved, and as Observer has here, we've got this really cool looking one with the glowing eyes. That's awesome. Observer's telling me this might be a reference to Minecraft Story Mode, which if it is, that's that's the story, but I've never played story mode. Maybe that's something we got to do in another video, Observer. But the idea, I would love this, especially if they were able to recess the eyes so that it always followed you. It's a following eye illusion. That'd be so cool. Just little things like this would make it a lot more fun to go travel to the new biomes. And I think it's worth keeping updating these new biomes that you add in, because if you just add them in and then it's like, that's the thing, and then it takes another 5-6 years before they get a new update, that feels like a lot of time, and they often get forgotten. Another one in the Pale Garden, this would be having a special sniffer plant that could only be found by bringing a sniffer into the Pale Garden. But I mean, I love sniffers already, everyone knows this. So by having it where you could bring the sniffer into a new place and have it find these new things, I mean, that makes the sniffer more important, and it makes the new biome more important, and plus, we get new plants. Maybe they could even have a functionality as opposed to being called torch flower, not lighting up anything. Just saying. Look at him, he's already sniffing it. He loves this idea. Having resin plants, that's so cool. Biome-specific sniffer plants. One could only hope, as opposed to getting pitcher pod for the 98th time. Copper bulbs were a godsend for the redstone community for like a few weeks, and then they changed it back, and all of a sudden they're pretty much forgotten about. The idea was going to be that copper bulbs could update on a 1-tick system as opposed to 2 ticks, which most other redstone goes on. And just by having that one change, redstone as a whole completely opens up. So in the original change, what would have happened is that this one would light up 1 tick faster than this one. That doesn't happen anymore. Now they're both just right in lockstep. Sure, they can keep a binary value to them. They could be turned on or turned off. So what we have here is basically a simulation of what the copper bulb would have been. The copper bulb would have been this one. This was an immediate thing that everyone got excited for, and they rolled back for some reason. Now, it seems very intentional to put it that way in the first place, so I don't know why they would roll it back. What we've got here is a new functionality for the turtle helmet. All right, Observer, at the risk of my own cranium, deliver the panium. So the idea the idea here would be that by wearing a turtle helmet, I would be completely fine from the mace. Ah, thank you, a potion of the turtle master myself. I guess that brings up a good point. If you brew it into a potion, you'd be safe, but using it, no luck. We're shattering the helmet in one go. That's terrible. Turtles never stood a chance. I thought the turning them into bowls was pretty rough, but that's already even worse. The turtle helmet has no use in combat. You really just use it for exploring. So given it this, it would help out against the mace. All right, so the idea here would be that you're, exploring around. I turn off my gamma override, and then as the creaking starts to get close, no matter how many torches I'm placing down, ooh, they burn out. How creepy would that be? It makes the darkness of the Pale Forest a lot more of a threat if all of a sudden you're just seeing these start to disappear, and then I don't know where the creaking is anymore. It gets a lot more intimidating. You stay. I'm just gonna have some ow! It's fine. I'm just gonna place some torches, okay? Ow! Hey! Just me and torches right now, all right? Look at it just chasing after me, getting rid of all this. And with that, folks, YouTube thinks that you might like this video. So see if they're right and have a good one, all right?